Puno ng tensyon, tila maiahalin tulad na parabang pelikula na punong-puno ng aksyon. Isang napakigpit na laban ang ginanap noon sa Macau, China. Napalaban ng ating kababayan na tubong Bacolod City, Negros Occidental at nooy undefeated na si GENESIS SERVANIA na maaalalang isang boxing star noon. Ito'y kontra noon sa Japanese prospect na si Konosuke Tomiyama para sa WBO Intercontinental Super Bantamweight title. Matatanggal talaga ang antok mo sa bakbakang ito, at kung bagsakan lang ang hinahanap mo, mukhang ito na siguro ang para sa'yo. At malamang ito na ang magiging paboritong boxing match mo, dahil pagtunog pa lang ng kampana ay walang pinalampas na sandali ang Pinoy at Hapon. At maaaring naaalala mo ang classic matchup na ito. Kaya sa bidyong tampok natin ngayong araw ay siguradong magbibigay ng sari-saring emosyon ang laban na ito sa'yo, na parabang ikaw ay nasa roller coaster. Kaya sabay-sabay nating gunitain ang bakbakan to the max boxing match sa pagitan ni GENESIS SERVANIA kontra kay Konosuke Tomiyama.
A sudden and dramatic turn that this fight takes immediately. Taking the mandatory 8 count. Just about to tell you that Tomiyama has actually fought for the world championship a couple of years back against Negros and had him down in the first round, but it is he who goes down in the first round at this bout. Servania, very quick start. Servania's nickname Bazooka comes into the ring with a record of 20-0. Only 7 KOs. Not a big KO mark, but as you can see, he is not devoid of power, and he lands a good left hook there. And a very rocky start for Tomiyama. Servania looking great here in the opening moments, and now Tomiyama comes back with his first combination of the fight. Here comes Servania, and these two are throwing the very rocky first minute. And he scores a knockdown with a left hand. Both fighters have tasted the canvas here in round 1. Mandatory 8 count for the champion, Servania. Here comes Tomiyama back. Now we are getting the fight we expected. Good jab by Tomiyama. Konosuke with a very good comeback. Tries that uppercut. Now here comes Servania. Chases into the ropes and back out to ring center. Servania trying to regain the momentum that he had built up in the first minute. Very aggressive, as you can see, he's up on his toes. That's his style. And a fine left-right combination by Tomiyama. Stops Servania on his tracks. Servania tries to answer back, and his champion is down again. Second time he is down. 3 knockdowns in round 1. And you just got Christina Poncher into our equation here. With a lot of movement. In my study of Servania, it seemed to me that he kind of wastes a lot of motion with his arms and his constant up on his toes, jumping up and down. But so far he's come through it. You can't complain about a 20. No, it certainly didn't. It was an amazing turnaround. It happened so fast, in fact, in the first round. I was just about to tell you about the Nobuo-Noshiro fight for Tomiyama when he fought for the WBA championship in 2009. He was stopped in 8 rounds, but he had the champion in a bad way in the first round and knocked down. And this fight is full of action in round 1 and now into round 2. Tomiyama wild with that overhand right.
Some blood there on GENESIS SERVANIA. It looks like a little bit on his right eyebrow.
I will keep an eye on that. As he comes forward, good aggression, missing that left hand, however. He saw that he's setting down nicely on his punches. Servania's record, his knockout record, I started to mention to you is Tomiyama, long-rangey fighter, goes right back to that jab. Long arms, pushes it out to set up his straight right hand. might have seen in his walk into the arena and his entrance into the ring. He likes the white stripe against Konosuke Tomiyama in Tokyo, Japan. He is in the black with the pink trim. We've seen a real good fight, very competitive here. Tough to pick who the winner of this one's going to be through 2 rounds. There were 3 knockdowns in the first round. Servania scoring the first one and now coming in and landing a beautiful right hand, sending back Tomiyama into the corner. Tomiyama then scored 2 knockdowns of his own in the first round, thereby, I'm sure, edging Servania on the judges' scorecard. Servania has been marked, cut on the right eye. Referee is Danrex Occidental. In his world champion right back, but Tomiyama's was the more effective. Now Servania with the left hook. Well, he never stopped bouncing.
I wonder, Rich, how long can he keep up that pace? I mean, like you said, he's constantly bouncing his arms, constantly moving.
It's difficult. It seems to me to be a lot of wasted energy, but that's... hard right! And down goes Tomiyama for the second time. 4th knockdown of the fight, and that was the worst one yet. He was really flattened, but he got up, and he seems okay. Seems to have his legs underneath him. And let's see what Servania can do. Hard right by Servania. Tomiyama trouble, backed into a corner, bell sounds, end of the round of this WBO Asia Pacific Super Bantamweight Championship. I do think, as I'm looking at Tomiyama, that he looks still a little bit rocky. That knockdown coming right near the end of the round, but he's trying to get his jab going and try to get a rhythm once again. He was successful in the first round of being able to get himself, gather himself, and get himself back into the fight by utilizing that jab. And before the round was over, he had scored 2 knockdowns. Now he goes back to that formula here again. But Servania is undeterred and comes forward with that strong left. I tell you, Genesis, when he throws that left hook, really has a good leverage on it. Just been enjoying what has been an intense action between these two. Tomiyama does have the good jab, but he is susceptible to the left hook from long range by Servania. Nice combination. That's a good 1-2 that Tomiyama has. Now he comes forward, he pushes Servania up against the ropes, and here comes Genesis back. Servania is known as a guy who throws a high volume of punches. And the one thing I like about him and in seeing him is that he has a wide variety of punches. He mixes up.
10 seconds. Stop the bell.
Oh, beautiful left hook by Servania. Gets Tomiyama in trouble. Staggers back against the ropes and his head. 23rd against Brandon Rios. See this big future here in Macau. Hope you're enjoying it. And in the United States, of course, fans getting up early to see this one. And they too are being rewarded, like the fans in the stands. Boy, Servania tried to load up with his right. Usually he starts off those exchanges with his good left hook. That time tried to lead right. Tomiyama also has a very good right, but usually it follows his jab. Good counter left by Servania.
He really comes on the second half of these rounds. Servania does.
And I tell you, he's throwing just punches that are like bricks.
Absolutely.
Digging that right hand underneath. Still up in his toes, though. And, you know, it's hard to generate power when you're doing that jumping, but he is certainly, in his last few fights, he has been generating power, and he's certainly generated it tonight against a quality opponent. Remember, as we mentioned, Tomiyama has fought for a world title. This arena, by the way, inside they have 6 videos boards for the fans to, I mean, you're going to be close up to the action. Long range right hand, and again, so many times, of course, internationally and on these top-ranked broadcasts, international broadcasts throughout the world for so many years. And the Colonel recently had heart surgery, but he's already bounced back. He is home. He is wisecracking and joking. I got an email from him today. Typical jokes in there, and it was great to hear from him, and we wish him all the best. Glad he's recovering very well. He'll be back at the mic very soon. Nice combination by Tomiyama as he tries to regain some momentum. He even dug a right hand to the body. Tomiyama's been mostly a headhunter through the fight.
Rich, I've noticed Tomiyama shaking his right hand a lot, just throwing that jab out with the left, but not really throwing the right with much force. I don't know if it's causing him a little bit of trouble, but he's been kind of shaking it, letting it loose, and as you can see, just not really throwing the right hand.
Maybe that's when he threw it hard, he threw it to the body of Servania. Servania really has a nice there. Once again, he a good pickup there. Christina, he was waving that right arm. Let's see if he shows it anymore to the head. He threw that one hard right that he's thrown in this round was to the body of Servania. A one-armed fighter against Servania is going to be in some real trouble. Now Tomiyama comes over the top, and I see a smear of blood on Tomiyama's face as well. I think coming from the nose as he tries to flash out his jab. And as you can see, that they're doing better with the cut now on Servania. It's not bleeding as much as it was midway through the round. With a hard right, Tomiyama in some trouble. Right back to the jab goes Tomiyama. We've got another terrific bout coming up after this one. You don't want to go anywhere. Rex So against Rusali Samor. Little counter right by Tomiyama, at least showing it there as we come to the end of the round. I think if he was not up on his toes so much, he really would generate a little more power than he has throughout his career. And he's shown that he does have power. He's not devoid of power despite that low knockout ratio. Of course, tonight in the main event, in a very good card here that also has heavyweights. Andy Ruiz against Joe Hanks on it. Later on, Zhou Shiming, the Chinese gold medal winner, two-time gold medal winner actually, will be making his second professional start. That fight will be aired. For those of you in America, you can watch that fight tonight on HBO 2. It's nice to see the broadcast crew of Larry Merchant, Tim Ryan, George Foreman yesterday. George holding court at the press conference for Pacquiao and Rios today was very funny, as usual. Tomiyama not having a bad round here. Actually, he's having a pretty good bounce back round. He seems to have found a little bit of a rhythm. Now Servania himself trying to utilize a jab. I would guess that Servania is ahead on points at this juncture, but Tomiyama showing he can still summon up some strength and energy, but there's that good left hook. I love the left hook that Servania throws. He can really dig it to the body too, body or head. Nice jab work though by Tomiyama. Comes up with an uppercut there.
Time!
Now there's one that you may not have heard of in the United States, for those of you watching in the U.S., but it means a lot here because we are very much in Asia. We have a Japanese fighter against a Philippine fighter here. We'll have a Thai fighter against a Chinese fighter in our next fight. Good right hand by Tomiyama. Well, I tell you, I thought at the end of round 6 that Tomiyama had just about had the course. He answered a nice bounce back round in that 7th, utilizing the jab. Getting some rhythm going. It would appear to me that the harder puncher at this point is Servania. But Tomiyama's having good fortune with his boxing ability. Best for him to keep the fight at long range. Servania gets within punching range. It's good for him with that left hook. Left hook to the bodies especially. Last year went through 3 fights. This is his 2nd fight this year. His first one was against Anke Angoda. So he's fought good competition himself. We mentioned Tomiyama had fought for a world title, but Servania, his last fight against Anke Angoda, and he stopped him in 7 rounds. And Angoda's a guy who we've seen in the ring go the distance with Jorge Arce. We've seen him fight Fernando Montiel. So he's been in there with very good fighters recently, really picking up his level of competition. And this is another tough opponent who was looking at, except maybe one of the mini video boards, because he was staring up into the skies. Dropping his arms there, and again appearing a little bit tired is Tomiyama. And you can certainly understand why. This fight was fought at a ridiculously high energy pace in the first 4 rounds. Nice combination and a follow-up right by Servania. And another right, but partially blocked by the shoulder of Tomiyama. Tomiyama answers back with a right of his own, and here they go again as the bell sounds. 6 minutes remaining. I believe Servania's scored 2 knockdowns of Servania in the first round.
Did you think this was going the distance after how it started?
It certainly did not. And it may still not.
It may still not. Still have time.
Coming right at his foe, and he's coming right at Servania. And as you can see, Tomiyama's encouraged by the success he's had.
Go there, go there. Headbutt.
As a headbutt. This fight may be over. It is. This fight is over. Now Tomiyama thinks he has won, and I do not believe that he has won. The referee, Tomiyama, thinks that he has scored a TKO victory. That is not the case. The referee is collecting the scorecards. Fight was stopped by the doctor in the corner. And that was an immediate, which I don't think they had, because the referee told the judges score the round.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. After an accidental clash of heads, referee Taptasan stops the bout with an official time of 1 minute 42 seconds of the 9th round. And in accordance with the rules of the WBO, we go to the scorecards to determine a winner. Judge Shimiyama scores the bout 87-82 in favor of Servania. Judge Tawidun scores the bout 85-84 in favor of Tomiyama. And Judge Lagumbay scores it 86-83, a winner by way of technical split decision. And still, WBO Asia Pacific